Let's talk some news. Politico wrote yesterday that EU is getting ready if Orban gets re-elected. So the EU has to have a plan for that, how to cope with Hungary if Orban gets re-elected. So they created the 5-point plan how to cope with Orban if he gets re-elected. The first point is to change how the EU votes. So practically it means like bigger countries decide, smaller countries don't get the weight on them, so bigger countries decide what to do. Second point, a multi-speed Europe. So they are trying to make the coalition of the willing idea better, that if you create a coalition of those countries, many countries, you can start to push the way how you like it, like they are doing now in the coalition of the willing idea. Third point, stronger enforcement and financial pressure. It is cutting out of EU money. If you don't vote as us, we will practically sanction you as a country. So yeah, great. Point 4, suspending voting rights. So they can take the voting right of the country, leaning on to Article 7. If they don't like how you vote, they can overrule your vote and that's dismissed. That's it. And the last point, point 5, they just kick you out from EU if they don't like your ideas. So this is how the EU nowadays works, that if they don't like somebody, they change the rules, how they can change it, and then just continue with that. That is really, really democratic. If you just change the rules, if you don't like it, somebody, some country, you just change the rules that they are in EU, but you don't get to vote, you don't get the money, and that's like pressuring those countries. So that's called democracy? In my opinion, no. How you see it? Is it democratic to make those countries like, if they don't vote right, we take your money out, or if you don't vote right, we don't get your voting, we don't count your vote, you can. So how do you think about that? Those 5-point rules, like how it's looking, change how EU votes? Don't know. Then we have Finnish president in X writing yesterday, this morning drones have strayed into Finnish territory. One of the drones has been confirmed to be Ukrainian in origin. I want to emphasize that there is no military threat to Finland. So now the drones are landing here in Finland and nobody says anything, like no warnings came out of that, no civil warnings for people that we are in danger right now, because those were military drones that landed in Finland. We have warnings in our media system for bigger car crashes coming out of the radio, but these weren't warned. But still our president says that Finland stands ready to monitor and protect its territory. And how it's working, if there's a military drone, bomb drone in our forest landed and nobody gets a notice about it, that's bad. That's bad. And in the end, I want to give you some lighter news from our great Vice President of EU, Kaja Kallas. She's saying in this video that USA should press harder to Russia because Russia is giving intelligence to Iran that they can kill USA citizens. At the same time, USA is giving intelligence to Ukraine to kill Russian people. So in my opinion, that's a double standard. How do you think about it?
You were talking about Russia's support to Iran.
Exactly. We are raising this issue that we see that Russia is helping Iran with intelligence to target Americans, to kill Americans, and Russia is also supporting Iran now with the drones so that they can attack neighboring countries and also U.S. military bases. So these wars are very much interlinked. So if America wants the war in the Middle East to stop, Iran to stop attacking them, they should also put the pressure on Russia so that they are not able to help them in this.
And then, of course, there's the news about USA economics, how Donald Trump sees it, why is it so bad. It has nothing to do with the cost of Iran war, but it has everything to do with pens.
We've got to get our priorities straight, you know. See this pen right here? This pen is an interesting example. It's the same thing. So this pen is very inexpensive, but it writes well. I like it. But I can't have the pen the way it was. You know what it is. I don't want to give them too much publicity, but they do treat me well. Sharpie. So I came here and they have $1,000 pens. And you know, you hand pens out, you're signing and you're handing them out, you're handing them to all these people. Sometimes you have 30, 40 people. And they were $1,000 a piece. Beautiful pen, ballpoint. 1,000. It was gold, silver, gorgeous. But I'm handing out to kids that don't even know what they are. What is this, mommy? It's kids. They're getting a pen for $1,000. They have no idea what it is.
Thank you for checking this video and see you next time. If you like the content, you can push the like button and subscribe. See you next time.